And welcome to Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. So today on Chef Carter's Cooking Corner, I am going to show you this amazing recipe called caramelized onions. They are like the perfect condiment for a hamburger with bacon and the caramelized onions, real easy. So you take about a tablespoon or so of oil that can take high heat. This I used peanut oil, and then I'm going to take a tablespoon of butter. All right. And so what the oil does is it protects the butter from getting too brown too fast, and then the butter flavors the onions. And I'm doing all this on low heat because you want it to go slow and low. All right. Now, as that butter is melting, I'm going to add one large onion. You can actually do a larger batch if you want. Um, it's up to you, and it will last a few days. I probably would use it by the fifth day if you store it in the refrigerator. All right. There is nothing like real butter though. Butter is so good, but I don't use a lot of it. All right. So now there goes that large onion. So you can use yellow or white. Vandalia goes great in this recipe. Those large Vandalia onions. All right. And so I just want to start separating the wedges, and you can kind of see I sliced it kind of thick. And that's because they will wilt down and they'll be smaller. And so if you start with your onions cut too small, you know, it, I don't know, I think it'll have less texture. I don't know, I've never tried it with really thin sliced onions. But you'll see how they'll break down by the end. All right. So now here's the seasoning. It's very simple. It's a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of white sugar. And so these will actually have a chemical reaction to the onions. Of course, it does add flavoring, but each of those ingredients adds a chemical reaction. So the salt will help pull the water out of the onion, and the sugar will actually help it brown more. All right, and it'll actually help complement the sweetness of the onion. All right, and so this is going to take a while. I didn't really time it because I was doing other things. I was actually making hamburgers that night when I made these onions. Um, but it took around somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes. And so you can see even on low, it's, you know, getting some action there. So, and you do have to stir it sometimes because you don't want one part to get darker before the other. So, you check it every, you know, 3 to 5 minutes. You want to check on your onions, mix those around, put the lid back on, and then finish up whatever you were doing. Come back in about 3 to 5 minutes. All right, and you'll see that it will gradually become darker. All right. So other uses for this could go on hot dogs. You could serve it alongside eggs for breakfast. Maybe have a bagel and put some of these caramelized onions on a bagel with cream cheese. I mean, whatever you think it'll taste good on, I'm sure it will work. All right. So you can see they're becoming more and more compact, if you want to say they're wilting down a little more, you know. And you can start to see that beautiful color that's coming out. So it's almost there. I like to see just a little bit more color on them. So I'm going to go ahead and let them go a little longer. All right. All right. So there is the finished product. They look beautiful and glossy. I served them with the hamburgers that night. You can see I had a few more condiments that go with the hamburger. We didn't have buns, so we had to use Wonder Bread, just like, Eddie Murphy's welfare burger. But thank you for stopping by. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time. Take care, y'all.